Hello, kit fans. We are talking kits. It's Wednesday. It's 8-ish. Running a bit late, but we know the show is going to be great. It's time for Full Kit Rankers. This is what we do every single week. We pick 10 shirts from a specific team, club, league, player, manufacturer, whatever it may be, and we rank them. We get special guests on who help give us a rank as well. And yeah, this is what we do. We chat shirt for a little bit. Sorry, Chris, don't need to take your little phrase there, mate. But yeah, that's what we do. We talk kit for about an hour or so. And Sean's decided he's not bothering tonight, and he's decided to bugger off. Great stuff. I am Double A. Normally James is here. He's not here this evening. Sean was here. I'm hoping he's gonna bring himself back, and he's not decided to bugger off. Here he is. You all right there?
Yeah, Wi-Fi issues again.
Oh no, what a nightmare. So yeah, no James, but Sean is back. You were missing last week. How have you been?
Good. Got a belly full of curry. Happy?
Oh, great start, obviously. Homemade? Being a chef?
No.
Oh, shame.
Rushi Glossop.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
Shout out to their chefs. Best curry house I've ever been to.
Do you know him? Do you know what's
I'd
that
like
group
to.
with him?
No, not yet.
Maybe you should start a chef WhatsApp group. You can compare recipes. Attire.
I won't be able to touch that.
Oh, all right, okay.
They do something magical in those tandoori pots.
At least you know your limits. That's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. What you wearing tonight? I think I know, but tell the people what you're wearing.
So this was bought in a charity shop in Cheadle, 2014, brand new with tags, Spain away top. £7.
Lovely.
As people might know, I don't know if anyone follows me on Twitter, I'm a charity shop hunter. No eBay, no eBay for me.
Is that officially what you are now? Right. A charity shop hunter?
Yeah.
Okay. So
like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, if you don't know, Sean's Twitter handle is GK Sean. You're not tweeting loads at the moment, but hopefully that's going to pick up, is it? Or is it just strictly charity shop posts that you're going to be doing?
I'm just going to do charity shop posts.
Okay.
I find I get myself in trouble if I tweet too much.
What are you tweeting?
Cocky responses, which
we'll move on. We'll swiftly move on. So yeah, GK Sean, go and find him on Twitter. That is where he lives. If you like your charity shop finds, hopefully you see some. I mean, I've retweeted a couple of them on some from the Talking Kit stuff. Your Roma shirt was massively fake, which did it hurt you, or is it just a 5-a-side top now?
I was expecting it to come back as fake, but I needed a bit of content, so
fair enough.
I need a bit of Twitter filler.
It's all content in it at the end of the day. That's all that matters. So yeah, Sean's here. I'm here. If it is your first time talking kit, do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the video. We've finally gone past 200 subscribers. We finally got there in the end. A little Twitter push helped us. I think at the moment 208. So, steadily getting there. Just happy to get past that 200 mark now. It's on to 300. So, yeah, if you don't yet subscribe to this channel, make sure you do. Share it with your kit-loving friends also. And that's what we're all about, sharing it and growing through the kit community as we would like to do. So, yes, this week's show, the shirt I am wearing and the shirt behind me is a little bit of a clue as to what we are ranking this week, if you don't know already. No Josh this week. He's having a break from us. I think he just wants a little bit of a rest from myself, calling him a diva and all whatnot. So he's not here this week, but he hopefully will be back next week. So yeah, Josh, if you're watching, we do miss you, mate. We do miss you. But we've got two guests lined up, both friends of the show and the channel. And yeah, I'm really excited to talk kit with these two tonight. The first guest, he's been on this show a few times. I think this may be his third appearance, if I'm right in thinking. And he also is the co-host of Get to Know, with an episode coming this Sunday. It is Ryan from NI Classic Shirt Co. Good evening, Ryan. You okay, mate?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. How you doing?
Absolutely buzzing to be here. Is this your third appearance, isn't it, on this channel?
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the show.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that's another hat-trick ball we need to get and signed and sent over to you then, obviously. But no, it's good to have you back on, mate. As always, it's a pleasure to spend a bit of time with you talking about football shirts.
Yeah, I do it all day in the shop and do it tonight, no problem at all.
So we'll talk about it a bit more at the end of the show, but we have got another get to know coming this Sunday, which we had a little
Can you
chat
hear
about.
me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Yes, mate, yeah.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, well, do you need to go and come back?
I'm gonna try and work this out.
You try it.
I can see your lips moving.
We'll talk. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, Ryan, we have got another get to know. The first one seems to have gone down well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Sunday. Like I say, at the end of the show, we'll have a bit more of a chat about it.
Yeah,
But no, we'll get the next guest on and we'll get into this week's topic and what shirts we're ranking. Fresh from seeing his side win the Premier League on Sunday, much to my, it's hard to say pleasure, but you know, it was a double-edged sword, wasn't it? It's, you know, don't want to see him win, but they're the lesser of two evils. Friend of the show, as always, and the channel all overall, having done one of our main podcasts. It's my friend. It's MCFC Daps. What's going on, mate?
I went and grabbed this quickly. So I've got, and it's fine. I'm not going to put it on because you don't want to see my belly out, but it's another champion. It's another title winning shirt. So it's relevant. It's here, right?
Yeah, well, of course.
You know what? It's so good that you didn't get me on from the beginning because this show would have gone on for hours and hours because the amount of things you lot were saying. Firstly, talking kit, I get it. Talking kit, talking full kit rankers, I get it. Then one of you said about ranking, and I was just, my head's going everywhere. I'm thinking the amount of innuendos I heard. Then Sean talking about curries. So my daughter decided that she wanted to have a takeaway. Well, I decided we were having a takeaway. I couldn't be asked cooking. So, and then I was like, but not McDonald's. So she said she's getting fish and chips. As we walk into the fish and chip shop, I walked past this Chinese, which I remembered I was in about 2 weeks ago. And it seems to be like this little, the guy that owns it, Asian guy that owns it, all of his mates seem to hang around in there and they're all Liverpool fans. So I thought, I'm getting a Chinese just so I can go in there, just so I can go in there and piss them all off. So I went in there. I was like, oh, you right, boys? And they're like, oh, you weren't so loud the other day. I go, no, because we wait till the end of the season to talk. Like,
exactly.
But I wish I'd had a curry. Sean, you might be able to know. You're a chef. What is it they do in most of these Chinese places? It just F with your belly, man.
MSG, mate.
It's all like MSG. Can you hear me, by the way?
Isn't that the group that own your club, Sean? Sean, are you a Liverpool fan?
No.
Oh, I just been talking about Tart Parade earlier.
Stockport fan he is.
Okay.
So he's from around your neck of the woods where all your fans are from.
Have you heard of us?
Salute you for Phil Foden and that, yeah. And you know what, Stockport's obviously I pass Stockport every time on the train in and out. It's growing, isn't it? Like they're building like big buildings in Stockport and that, like high rises in that.
Spent a lot of money on Stockport, yeah.
All we need is a cathedral, and we'd be a city.
You'll never be City. You'll never be City.
Well, no. Who would want to be? Well, United probably in a minute. Yeah, that's probably true. Right, and that's enough of the Stockport talk. What we're here to talk about tonight is Premier League champions. What we've done is we've picked 10 shirts from Premier League winning sides. As you may know, if you know your knowledge, there's only been 7 teams that have won it. So what we've done is obviously pick 2 shirts from 2 previous winners also. So you'll see them come up throughout, I think. So
that's interesting. So I guess teams like Liverpool, teams like Blackburn, teams like Leicester, they've only got one chance of being in it, right?
That's exactly what they've got. No, there's absolutely no shame at all, mate. You know what I mean? But they are on that level, Liverpool, and they need to remember that that's where they are. They're down with the Blackburn. So
Blackburn on steroids at best.
Well, exactly that, mate. Exactly that. So that's what we've done. Picked 10 Premier League winning sides and their shirts. What I've tried to do, to be a bit fair, is on some of them, the first season they've won it to the most latest, and just some iconic shirts along the way, and obviously the only teams that have only won it once, they only appear in the list once, as we know.
It feels good.
So let's get straight into it. Oh no, actually no. What we need to do first is what I was going to talk about. Obviously, Sean, not being a fan of a Premier League team, his team are now back in the Football League. Stockport being promoted.
They dropped out. I didn't realise they dropped out.
Yeah, they've been out. How long have you been out for?
11 seasons.
11 seasons.
hell,
After 11
damn.
seasons, they're back in the Football
Hey,
League.
we're playing in the Skrill North 5 years ago.
Who's ever heard of that?
Have
Yeah,
Oldham
they're
still in there? Have Oldham
We
dropped
got
out?
relegated this year.
Just
Yeah,
dropped out.
Oh, so it wasn't. So we nearly had all four in.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But Sean was there to see his side get promoted. There's some photos I wanted to show. Look at that. What a beautiful man and a beautiful view. There's that the Cheadle end, Sean. Yeah.
No, Cheadle End's in the background.
Yeah, I'm saying that's the Cheadle end in the
yeah.
background. Yeah. Yeah. Good game. What score was it? 2-0? Was it?
2-0. It was over by the 50th minute. Plus Wrexham got beat as well. So
yeah. And as like you, Daps, on Sunday, as we've seen on your social media, he wasn't the only one to get on the pitch. There he is in the goal.
What? I thought you were saying that was me. I'm not.
Oh no. He's done similar to you. Obviously, we've seen the pictures of you.
Was the
Smoking a
goal?
cigar.
Did the goal stay? Did the post stay up in that?
Yeah, they're not hooligans like them City fans. They didn't
yeah, we
break
can't
any-
we can't afford new goals. We have to keep ours. Season
I got asked on a management call today. I got asked by my boss if I was on the pitch, or no, did you get arrested on the pitch? I was like, I didn't get arrested. She's like, so you're on the pitch, and I was like, I didn't get arrested. So you're on the pitch, and then she went telling a story about how it's despicable, and I'm thinking, fuck.
Oh
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Oh God.
Awkward.
Yeah,
As long as you're not punching.
You're on the bike doing what your man did to Billy Sharp. You know what I mean? You're just on the bike celebrating.
I agree. Look, the thing is, the one thing I clocked straight away is, and I don't know, Sean, you might have clocked the same, is there was no police. The minute I saw there was no police around the pitch after what has happened in the week leading up to it, it's like they're not trying to stop us, because if they were trying to stop us, there would be police there. And it was like they literally just stood back and let everyone on. And there's one thing, I said this on a few other pods that was really touching. I made my way to the centre circle, and in the centre circle, they had like this elite squad of security. They had sunglasses on, it was like they were Men in Black or something. And they'd made a circle, and I was like looking through to see, and they'd allowed someone to come on. They weren't supposed to, it wasn't organised, with their dad's ashes and sprinkle them on the centre circle spot, which was quite touching.
Lovely.
Quite touching.
That's
yeah.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, like you said, the gates were open, so it was like they're gonna get on, so we'll just open the gates.
Yeah.
I said to myself, I'm not going on the pitch. I'm not a hooligan. But everyone was on there, so I thought, you know what? I'll just wander on, grab a bit of turf, put it in my pocket.
I didn't grab no turf.
But put my jeans in the wash anyway, so it was pointless.
I did think about grabbing some turf, but then forgot, to be fair.
A few blades of grass. There's no point.
Yeah.
But I remember in the group chat that me, Sean, and James have, and we saying, are you getting on? Are you jumping on? He's like, I'm not a child. 2 minutes later, that's when we get them pictures come through. It's like, you're such.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to kid? So we've got a few more. Look at that. Look how happy he is. Look at that grin on his face.
I look tall,
Cheshire
eh?
cat. Literally a Cheshire cat. You do look like you're filling the goal there. You could do a job. What are you, 5'7"?
On a good day.
Well, there you go. Oh, look at that, lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Look at that. You can tell that Lucy's there by duress, mate. Look at that fake grin. It's like, I'd like to be anywhere but here. Couldn't take me to Selfridges, could I? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? That is actually when I say to my daughter, like, smile, and someone's taught her that to smile, you have to put your teeth together and go.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is, mate. That's exactly what it is. So yeah, no, that's lovely, Sean.
Congratulations on promotion as well.
Yeah, exactly. Right, okay. So that's that one out of the way. Sean getting back up to the Football League. But let us talk about the kits that we are ranking this week, the Premier League champions. And yeah, number 10 on our list then. Let's get straight into it. Bottom of the pile, getting only 16 points overall. I think everyone, maybe barring Sean, will be happy with this team coming dead last. It is
I ju-
Liverpool with their 1920 home shirt by New Balance, as you can see. Let's see who ranked it where. James had it 9th on his list. I had it 7th overall on my list just because there's some, not just because of who it is, just because of some of the shirts bring back horrible memories and some shirts are worse. Let's go with you, Sean. You had it 7th on your list as well. What are you thinking of the Liverpool shirt that won the
I
league?
think it was just better than City, Chelsea, and who did I put last? Can't remember what last. I just think it was better than them. It's not a great kit. Don't like Standard Chartered as a sponsor.
Yeah.
New Balance as a kit manufacturer. Nah, I like the crest. That's
Really?
That's
It's a horrible crest.
too plain.
Disgusting crest.
I like the crest.
As you could probably tell.
Yeah.
Night out rating for you?
I don't really do red on night out. 3 maybe.
3?
Yeah, 3.
I don't disagree with that. It's not a great kit for me. Daps, you had it dead last. Is it more due to the fact it's the rivalry you've got with them going at the minute,
it is.
rather than the shirt? Or
I mean, there's nothing nice about it. It's the most irrelevant shirt. Like, it's the most irrelevant league they won. No one remembers it. It was during a period we all want to forget in our lives. The badge is disgusting. The sponsors are getting away with all sorts. People want to talk about other owners being this and that. Their owners are scumbags. Standard Charter have been accused of all sorts, I believe, as well. They've only won 1 Premier League. As for the kit, I couldn't care less. To be frank, it's the worst kit I've seen out of the 10.
don't all back. Don't all back. That's
and also New Balance. I'd never wear anything New Balance as well. And as for that name on the back, I want to say he's going to go, but by the looks of it, it looks like he might stay. So, I mean, it doesn't matter, though, does it? Does it? No. I mean, yeah, he can't win him the league, can he? He's done it once.
So there we go.
Sorry.
Scathing. No, but this is what we want. Opinions on shirts. Daps clearly not liking the Liverpool shirt that won them the league during lockdown. We'll finish off with you then, Ryan. You did have it a little bit higher than the rest of us. You had it 6 overall. Is it just the fact that it was worse shirts for you, or is there some redeeming qualities for you in this shirt?
Kind of a mixture of both, really. Yeah, I don't like the ones that are rated below it. I did actually rate a United shirt below it, to be fair. But I don't mind. It's not that New Balance is a big thing, but like selling shirts and obviously dealing with shirts on a regular basis. Yeah. I hate Puma shirts, which is why 2 shirts at the bottom are Puma. They're crap. You know what I mean? Like, if they're washed right and they're taken care of, but not everyone does that because they get thrown in with the wash or whatever by mistake, and like lifted out of the basket and chucked in or whatever. New Balance can handle that a bit better.
I'm hearing really bad things about the new City kit as well, by the way. I don't know if you've heard that yet, but
I've heard about the new United kit being really, really pluck. Like
the new City one, apparently the airflow on the new City one's concerning. Another club had it and that send it back because one of my mates had the City one on Sunday. After 10 minutes, he said he was sweating, and apparently all the players are saying something needs to be done about this, or next season it's going to be like it's really, really bad, the airflow on it. But anyway, we don't.
But for the Liverpool one, I actually like the pinstripe on it. I don't mind a pinstripe if it's not like stupid sort of 30s gangster, big pinstripe sort of thing. But I don't mind a wee sort of detail like that. Sponsors are unavoidable. They're never going to be great. They're never going to be designed to be displayed on football shirts. They're just a necessary evil for funding. So I've given up getting annoyed about sponsors because they're just always going to do damage to shirts. One of the days, even when the Barca ones were coming out and they were looking beautiful with no sponsor, and even before that, the older ones. But I don't mind it as Liverpool shirt. It's certainly better, for example, than the one for the upcoming season for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Which you would think Nike would be better than New Balance, wouldn't you? But it's really not. That's a nicer shirt than what's coming.
Yeah, I think Nike seems to have. They're going like that.
The
first one was really nice throwback. The last season was nice. This season, was quite nice. Better up close than it is on TV. But the next season, just team wear template. Yeah, I agree. Daps, don't get me wrong. Just being objective. Yeah, really. So there we go. I think we've said all we want to say on this shirt. Liverpool 19 to 20 season. Obviously, they won it during lockdown. Coming dead last in our list with 16 points only. So not the worst score we've had, but the worst tonight, most definitely. So we'll move on to number 9 in our list. Only beating Liverpool shirt by 1 point overall, getting 17. That's isn't going to.
I knew it would be. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, look, you know why I put the. Listen, I think overall the whole 10 shirts, none of them were amazing shirts for me. If I'm being honest, even the United ones, like the City ones weren't my favourite shirts. I'll be honest, this one, yeah, I'm not that fond on it, but it's a beautiful colour. It's got not a beautiful badge. It's got a badge that we accepted for a couple of years. It's definitely not a beautiful badge.
Yeah.
Umbro throwback, that's great. But yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
So just a backstory. So obviously it is the shirt that's won City their first Premier League title. Obviously back in 2012, that very famous moment, dagger in the heart of all Manchester United fans. 93-20, that famous number. Aguero scoring that incredible goal to win in that game against QPR.
Won the league,
which United have fought won the league.
You'd not.
For me, obviously, I've had to put it last simply because I look at it and I see that moment. Also, just to combat that, if it was the United away shirt from that season, I would score that last as well, because I look at that shirt, the blue and black horizontal stripes that we wore against Sunderland. Can't look at that without thinking about this season as well. So, it's not just it's the City shirt, even though that I'm not a fan of City. It's just that reminds me of heartbreak, walking from one pub to the next, and I don't remember a conversation with my friends because we just watched.
Yeah,
possibly the most dramatic moment in Premier League history for me. James, I scored it 10th as well. I can probably imagine it's for the exact same reason as what I've given and why I don't like the shirt. Daps, you did have it second overall, just below another shirt. So is it just because it's the first, Premier League winning shirt for City that it ranks so high for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. That would rank first in any shirt ranking. It's not my favorite City shirt. For some reason, I don't really like the V-neck on it. Yeah, the City home shirts is a really interesting one with me because I often find that they're very, very similar, and it's like, I can't. But recently, Puma actually, I'm not liking them at first, but then after seeing them a bit, they're growing on me. Whereas some of these other ones, I'd much rather go back to the 90s and some of the shirts we had in the 90s and the ones that we had in the early teens. Is that what we call it? Early teens? Whatever we call it. But yeah, it's the badge as well. The badge had to be replaced because we don't like that badge. That badge is not a good era of Manchester City either. And it was like, I think we spoke on this before. It's kind of like, I think, was it Kappa that brought it? It was when Kappa came in and it was trying to get this continental
super club kind of.
We spoke on it as well. And now, I guess looking back, we can see maybe why they did it. But now we are where we are, those 3 stars at the top. No. Don't do stuff like that. I mean, that's embarrassing, to be frank with you.
That's all fair enough, mate. We'll move on to. Let's go with you, Sean. You had it 8th overall in your list. Just tell us what you thought on this one.
Just behind Liverpool.
What a moment.
I just didn't fancy it as a kit. I like the little spotty bubble wrap thing in the background, but that's about it. And as a full kit, look at those socks.
I like the socks, you know.
Socks are the best bit for me.
Have you seen the top that we brought out? I'm sure
pre-match
Ryan
top.
Has. Yeah. The one that they brought out for 93-20. The 90 sold out, but the Aguero one, where it's basically Argentina, but City Argentina. That's lovely.
Yeah.
But, I like the socks. That's the best bit of the kit for me. Is the socks.
I think so. City look better in white shorts as well. I don't like it when you wear blue shorts.
No,
Speaking on that pre-match top, apparently, obviously they released it. Supposed to have only released 2012 of them, which were all numbered. But I've seen today on Twitter, I think it was Dan Retro Shirts. Apparently they re-released it, Puma, which hasn't gone down.
The number would have washed off anyway, so What's the point?
The thing is, from what I heard, like before it had been released, so there was a like pre-order thing and everything. But before it even got released, I think whoever makes all these Schneid's shirts had made thousands of them. You could get one off of a website somewhere. So Puma probably thought, well, if they're going to do it, we might as well
cash in. Yeah,
well, the problem is a lot of the shirts are legitimately made in countries where a lot of the Schneid's are made.
Yeah,
so it just takes one from the factory. Like, is that you could copy it, go from there.
That's it. Also, I'm a bit confused. And maybe you can enlighten me, Ryan or Daps. Obviously, on the back of that shirt, it's number 10. But Aguero wore 16. Is it number 10 because it's the 10-year anniversary rather than his actual squad number?
Yeah, 10-year anniversary. Okay. I must admit, right, I'll be honest with this whole 93-20 thing. I think it's great we celebrated it, and it's definitely worth mentioning that Aguero was the guy that scored in the 93rd minute. But I did feel a little bit sorry that the whole celebration was about Aguero. And it's like, guys, it wasn't just Aguero that won that league, you know. There was like a whole squad of players, but everything was about Aguero. It's like, if I was like De Jong or something, I'd be like, guys, or Zabaleta or Zeko or Balotelli, who also were very involved in that day.
Like, and this is going to sound like a dig, and it's actually not even really meant as that, although it's kind of funny. But they're not a club that have had years and years and years and years of moments like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's one big moment over the last 34 whatever years.
So more than that,
kind of don't really know what to do and just going to go nuts with it, you know, because there's not much else to go nuts with, you know. So
I mean, at the moment, there is, to be fair.
All clubs do it, but I get why they do it, you know, but I'm just saying they just don't have. They'll probably will, like in 30 years' time, they're going to have. Jesus, a lot more.
Sorry, hold on. Right now, we now have a lot more than we did 10 years ago, to be fair.
I know, but it's.
Well, yeah. But you can't do an anniversary of last season, can you? You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those.
Yeah.
I get where Ryan's coming from.
I mean, Liverpool would, to be fair.
Well, yeah. They probably would. Ryan, you had it 8th as well on your list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it just not a great shirt?
Well, I got one in recently, actually, with Toure in the back, and kind of liked it. But obviously, what it represents with regards to that season. Because, like you were saying about walking by the pubs and stuff for it, so I was meant to be working in a call centre that day, and I got a half day, but the shift was meant to be 2 to 11 or whatever it was. What I'd agreed with them was if United won the league, they would give me the full day off. If they didn't, then I had to go in. So, because my boss is a Liverpool fan, so you know he was like, so I had to go in, and like the depression of being in work and being there because of what happened.
Yeah,
so there is a bit of animosity towards that shirt in that respect, but I still don't like the Puma shirts more than I didn't like at bottom.
Yeah,
because of that. So
so a few comments coming in. Shout out to Soups locked in. Umbro were very unimaginative with their kit design. I think it was Ryan, you'll know this. It was the tailored by Umbro, wasn't it? It was around that era. I think you can see the tag there. He's also saying, I hated that blue and black striped United shirt after that, but I do want it again now. Why, Soups? Why bring up bad memories? You'll have PTSD every time you look at it, mate. Don't do it.
Yeah. Buy players like Ronaldo and bring back good memories.
Don't do it. Shut up. There's no digs here tonight, Daps. We're not doing that. All right.
Do we have memories? We're not.
Yeah, we've got. See, when you spoke earlier, you worded it perfectly. Where I didn't come back because you actually said about a particular. You just said we don't have memories. I've got so many memories, like every other football fan. It doesn't all revolve around trophies.
There was a lot of like participation memories, and then there was
there's relegation memories. There's a kit we're going to speak on later, which is one of my greatest memories as a childhood. So
yeah, fair enough.
I'm sure you know which one that is. Both of you as United fans,
probably. Shout out to Andy as well. Locked in. Evening, guys. Just got in. Hope you're well, mate. And enjoying the show so far. Daps, saying that I was sticking up for you on Twitter this week. You probably wouldn't have seen it. Someone I've stuck up with you before, a Manc City fan who's not too happy that we've done stuff in the past because you're not from Manchester or whatever. Again, he was moaning again the other day. I had to shut him down.
What about me?
A little bit, yeah. But I was
fine.
I was coming to the rescue.
Tell him to come and moan to me at the ground. He can moan to me to my fucking face. Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's fine. You don't have to fight him. It's okay. Everything's fine.
No, but it's.
I get it. And I was just,
it's fine.
I know you're a real fan. He knows you're a real fan. It's just that he's very sour that I prefer to talk to you about football kits than
Getting
him.
on, man. Do you know what? Tell him I want him to come on a show with me, and we'll have a chat about football.
I think
as
you
well.
should. I think you should do that. I think you should do that.
We
But
need more
we'll
City
move on.
fans on here.
Let's move on. So, yeah, number 9 on the list is Manchester City's 11-12 home shirt, only scoring 17 points in the list from our guys tonight. We'll move on to number 8 in the list. Again, just by 1 point, 18 points overall. And I don't think Daps is going to be happy again. It's this season's shirt from Manchester City, Puma, only scoring 18 points, like we say. We won the league with it last Sunday, gone. 8th overall for me. I think there was 2 shirts worse. Again, I think I'm with Ryan. Puma shirts don't really do it for me. James had it 8th overall as well. Sean, you had it dead last. Tell us why.
Yeah, I don't like the collar. I just don't like City shirts past 2007. I think.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know why. The badge is an improvement, actually. I like the badge better than the last one, and
Because it looks more like before 2007.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's when you look at it as well. It's not as much as the others.
Okay. A night out rating?
Oh, I don't know if I'd wear it a night out. I'd give it a 5, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Another person who had it dead last was Ryan. Again, yeah, I'm guessing it's the Puma angle for you with this one.
Yeah, just from being someone that sells shirts, like I should probably clarify. Like, I mean, I've some of the Puma shirts that I would be selling in the early 2000s and beforehand are pretty good quality wise, 100%. But over the last, we'll say 3 or 4 years, there's just been churning out poor quality shirts because
Really?
they don't really seem to care that much. Like, with regards to just the quality of the shirt, it's not even necessarily about the design. It's just they don't wear well at all. Whether it's the shape of them, like you mentioned, Sean, with the collar as well, it doesn't quite hold out. I mean, I don't actually really mind the design of that. It's kind of plain or whatever, but sometimes plain is a good thing. But it's just knowing that it's like when I'm doing my job in 20 years' time, I'll not be selling any of them. You know what I mean? Because even though
you know what, I don't know. After Sunday, you might sell a few. To be fair,
they'll not last. Is the problem?
Right.
That's really, so it's not the actual, like, they represent the title, so it should be better quality. You know what I mean? It should be something you're sitting 20 years going on. Remember when they did this and won it the last day again? 10 years later, there's a story and all to it. But yeah, just the quality of them is just poor, unfortunately. It's a shame.
I quite like City's new kit. The one with the purple.
Yeah. The 70s throwback one. Yeah.
That made me look twice. I went like that.
I really like our new away one. I think
the away one does look good, the red and black, isn't it?
Yeah, I like the way they've done a little twist with the angle of it and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. City in red and black. That's a classic, especially that 90s. I think we spoke about the Umbro one.
Yeah, one of my favourite ones.
Really nice kit. Daps, we'll come to you.
You know what, right? When this kit came out, I didn't like it, right, initially. However, it's become one of my favourite ones. Obviously, I don't know about the quality. I don't wear football shirts too much. I don't wear them on match days for superstitious reasons. I wear them kind of round the house, and that's it, really. But yeah, this one's grown on me quite a bit. I like the colour. The badge, yeah, it's back to the old badge. I think that old badge just sits so much better on sky blue. But I really like as well. I like the pattern. You have to get quite close to it to see it, but the pattern in the background I quite like. It's I mean, I don't know if you can't overly see it on that, but I like the pattern on it. The only thing I would agree with on the collar, I do like shirts without a collar, but we're going to move on to one later on that's in here. That is the type of shirt I like. It's more a rounded collar with a thicker kind of, like, God, I'm awful with words, but that shaped collar. We've been through a period of a lot of clubs having, like PSG have had a lot of shirts with that. I think maybe even maybe not Real Madrid, but quite a lot of clubs have had shirts with that. I think Adidas did a lot. No, Nike it would be, wouldn't it? Because it's PSG. Did a lot of shirts with collars like that. But I get it. I like no collar, but not that shape and not that thinness
Yeah.
to it. But,
Yeah.
and of course, the 9320 print, that's lovely as well. Relevant to a title we took off our
biggest rivals, you're going to say then?
quiet neighbours.
Yeah, okay. But there it is. I think there's a subtle nod. Subtle nod to the socks from the 11-12 there, I think.
Yeah,
the little
I do get what you mean. I mean, they've got a bit of white on there, which is better, but I do get what you mean. The white shorts would look more City.
Yeah.
It would just pop a bit more, sort of thing. It's sort of, maybe it's wrong word, but just stand out a bit more, like.
I think so.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. 100%.
I think you're back to white shorts next season, aren't you? And I think, if I'm right, you change shorts a maroon as well, which I think looks really well. Obviously, the subtle maroon and stuff like that. So I think, going back to white shorts is what I remember City, and I think that's that classic City look. Andy's chipped in. This is a merch shirt cashing in. Not my favourite City shirt. Glad they won the league though. And he also says their new shirt is sensational, which is he's not wrong. It is a nice shirt. They've done well, Puma. But I
think Puma always do this though. They've like through the whole Puma era, which seems to be going on forever. I don't know how long. I think we must have signed like a 10-year deal with them or something. Probably how we got through financial fair play. But like they say, it must be because it's over 5 years, isn't it now? Anyway, and I think Pep's also, I think, signed with Puma as well. But there are some iconic, like we spoke on before. One of my favorite ones is the Hacienda black one. I love that one. Usually every season, one of the three kits I like, but the other two, I mean, the third kit from next season is awful again. It's fluorescent and
I've seen. I was speaking to another City fan earlier on about the new home shirt, and I was saying I think Puma this is the first home shirt I think Puma have done really well for you. I think the home shirts have been hit and miss, mainly miss. But the away shirts and third shirts, barring last season's ill-fated Puma template, which everyone hated, I think most of the away shirts have been quite nice. You think of the sort of iridescent one you've had this season, the sort of paisley one that looked like the Liam Gallagher pretty green one was quite nice. So you talk about the Hacienda one as well. Really nice shirt. So I think they do get it right sometimes. They're
very hit and miss. Puma. They're not consistent. They're hit and miss with even with their away from the shirts with like their like training stuff and everything. It's all just hit and miss. You get some that are lovely and some that are just wouldn't touch with. If I was a United fan,
but I think Puma. I think the team that get it. There's always one team every brand seems to really love. PSG, Nike, Arsenal, Adidas. And for me, Puma and Marseille are just that partnership that seems to work really, really well. You look at their shirts, and they've all been pretty much.
So you lot and Umbro back in the day, where like everyone else would get the same goalie top, and then United would just get given this sensational goalie top that no one else could get.
That's very true. That's very, very true. But speaking on this one, it is this season or last season just ended. Manchester City shirt won them the league on the final day, that dramatic game against Aston Villa. Now he's scoring in that moment. Gundogan scoring and securing the league for Manchester City. Scoring 18 points and only coming 8th on our list, though, unfortunately, for Daps. So we'll move on. It's another Puma effort coming in 7th, 21 points overall. And it's the Leicester City home shirt from their Premier League winning season. 9th on the list for me.
I can't believe
it's boring.
How was this finished above the Chelsea one, though? The Chelsea one was so boring.
Hello. You don't know which Chelsea one it is yet.
Either way, it's boring.
Well, yeah,
I think nice than the Chelsea one. Surely.
I don't think this is too far off, mate. Yeah, so 9th overall for me. Just being boring. James had it 6th. Daps, you said you had it 5th in your list.
Above Chelsea's. Yeah,
well, that's fair. But what do you think on this one?
I think it's quite nice. It is quite basic, but there's basic that. Right, this is the City one that I've ranked 2nd. Right, that was basic and boring. This one has a bit more about it than the City one. If I'm being non-biased, I prefer this to the City one, really. But I mean, I like what they've done with the crown above the eye. That's probably actually on the sponsor. Is there a slight? Is it completely? One of you guys will know. Is it completely blue, or is there a slight pattern in the background?
There is something there.
Yeah, there is something
There's
there.
the lines through it, yeah, but it's
is it lines? I thought there might be lines. Yeah. I mean, I also do like the Puma in the gold or bronze or whatever color that is. Is that a collar or is it just a? It's not a collar, is it?
No, it's a bit of webbing, isn't it? Looks like a bit of webbing.
Yeah. I actually think it's quite enough. To be honest with you, I think it should. Me personally, irrelevant to the fact there's 2 United shirts and a Liverpool shirt in here, I think this should rank higher than it is. But
no, well, that's unfortunate. That's how the ranking system works. That's in it, unfortunately.
Two United fans, I get it.
Someone who had it 5th as well was you, Sean.
It was the best and the more classier of the boring ones, isn't it? I think the bottom 5 or 6 were a bit dull. But yeah, I like what Daps says. I like the bronze, the Puma. Leicester's badge doesn't change as well, does it? That's classic.
No.
And I like blue, royal blue, or electric blue, as it might be. It's one of my favourite colours.
Look at that guy in the background.
Quite fancy it. Yeah.
Who bottles it on penalties.
Can't score penalties if they're in the 80th minute plus.
Where's Joa now? Where is Joa? He's right at the back, isn't he? That's him, isn't it?
Yeah. Did he went back to Argentina, did he, at some point? I think. I'm not too sure. Night out rating, Sean, quickly.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
With the blue bandage, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Ryan, you had it 9th overall. It's just the Puma issue.
Quality.
Yeah, mixture of Puma issue, just it's easy to forget, really. And it shouldn't be, because it was such a ridiculous thing that, Leicester won that league.
Yeah.
But because apparently no one else has wanted to, as much as they done very well. I don't want to take away from them, but obviously it shouldn't happen. It's not going to happen again for a long time. But it should be more of a memorable shirt. It's mixture of the Puma thing. I just find it really boring. It doesn't do anything.
Really like it. The more I look at it, the more I like it.
Nah, it doesn't appeal to me, I'm afraid. Definitely not. So there we go. Leicester City, their single title winning season, coming above a few bigger teams, you would say, Liverpool and 2 City shirts. 7th overall, 21
City's
points.
bigger?
Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe now.
They sell out, don't they? They sell their ground out, though, I think. So,
Good away day. If you've not been to Leicester, good away day. I've been there.
Apparently, the Charity Shield's going to be there this season. Someone told me today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
Got fired at me. Then I was like, really? We were talking about when next game we're going to go to. And he said, yeah, the Charity Shield's at
the King
Leicester.
Power. Wow.
I don't know my geography, really. So for England, obviously, is that
Midlands?
Midlands,
just near
because Liverpool City in it. Maybe that's the reason they've done it. They might have thought,
maybe so it's not like, because traveling down to London, everyone on Twitter goes regularly because the trains cost £3 million one way. So
I'm sure it won't have anything to do with money or anything like that.
No, definitely not. So we'll move on. There we go. Leicester City's shirt for 15-16, their title winning season. Only coming 7th overall. We'll move on. Beating it by 1 point. 6th in our list with 22. Here you go, Daps. You can have a little rant on this one. It is the Chelsea shirt from 04 to 05. The title winning season. Jose Mourinho's first in the Premier League.
So it's iconic.
Yeah. 22 points, like I say. 6 overall for me. I think they're just worse shirts. The old Chelsea badge, I kind of still like that sort of very early to mid noughties Umbro stretched out logo as well.
Yeah.
5th for James. It'd be interesting to find out what he liked so much about it. Similar with 5th was you, Ryan. Tell us what your thoughts are on this Chelsea shirt.
Well, it's a quality thing. Second, I actually like that badge. And I like the fact that it would have had the proper flock name set in the back as well. The real thick name sets on the back. It's just something I prefer. I prefer that font. I prefer the quality of it. For the just the style of it, really. And it is quite a plain shirt. It is quite a plain shirt. But then you have to remember that at that point, those plain shirts were quite prominent. Then it wasn't as if they were doing what they were doing in the late 90s, for example, or even before then, where they were having a bit more creative freedom with their shirts. Or obviously, like this, for example, in the early 90s. It's just a quality thing, really. You never have a problem when you sell one of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's interesting having you on, because you clearly, so is that like Umbro, never, the quality is always good and whatever, and like, are you finding, obviously, the more recent you get, the quality of shirts is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse?
Kind of, yeah. It's getting that way. Again, it depends on the manufacturer, though. I'll not keep harping on about Puma, but like, that's why I said about the New Balance one, for example, because although it's not exactly the best Liverpool shirt by any means, but it still holds its own years later, So when you have the confidence that it will continue to do so. A couple of our Liverpool tops, the New Balance ones, then not massively memorable for the club. People would probably keep their shirts because they're going to last. Those Umber ones from then, that City one we talked about before, they just last a lot better. They're just a bit thicker, just a bit more effort being put into making them, to be honest. I've seen the guys on like Rob Warner and stuff on it, isn't it, the Spark Academy videos, and they do the assessments of the shirts. Obviously, because they've designed them, they've been heavily involved. They know how to look, the stitching, the badges, a couple of RE things. And just when they're doing that and showing the modern shirts, you see the different style of manufacturing it's done. I don't think it's to try and cut corners. Like, I genuinely don't think they're trying to just sell people crap. I really don't think they are. I think they're getting bought into like these new technologies and always having to come up with something new for shirts. So they're kind of.
I don't think you can make them for much cheaper, can you?
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. But
it's like £2 to make already.
I know, but then there's so many things that we buy that people sell for 500% above what it is.
100% agree with you. Yeah.
So you get it, but that's what the business is, and it's always going to be that. Yeah. So they have the monopoly in that front. But that shirt, just as I say, falling back to that one, I like the bit at the bottom of it as well. The wee like what would you call it, the wee shield sort of thing, and the hologram to it.
Yeah.
Just these subtle things. The wee Umbro tag at the bottom. Well, if we look at the bottom left there, or bottom right side,
I can see that. Yeah.
They're just wee touches the shirts don't have now, and that's going to last, providing it's like they're not invincible, but it's going to last for 20 years. Well, it has, because I've sold loads of them. It just lasts that bit longer. And I'm a sucker for the proper Premier League name sets too. Nothing beats them for me.
Yeah, exactly. I fully agree with that assessment, mate. Really, really well put. Daps, you weren't a fan, as you said. You surprised Leicester come below it. You put it 8th overall on your list. So yeah, is it just a fact?
No, 7th. I put it 7th, didn't I? Because I got my numbering wrong.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, 7th.
I definitely would have had Liverpool and the 2 United ones below it. So yeah. Do you know what it is? Now I look at it, and you've told me it's Mourinho's first season. I can see that it's going to be an iconic shirt. And when you look at it, there are actual things that make me think, yeah, it does look quite iconic. The old school Chelsea badge, I hadn't noticed that. That just reminds me of like Merlin stickers when I was a kid. If you got the shiny badge in that, and there's probably a lot of images of like that legendary defensive pairing wearing them. Like the players under Mourinho, when Mourinho first managed Chelsea, probably have worn this shirt. And
yeah,
but I don't like that font at all.
Really?
Those numbers to me.
Is it because he wasn't in the Premier League that often to wear them? Is that what it was? Or...
When was this? When was this? 2000 and...
So I think these went from 97 to 2007, didn't they?
That was 2004, yeah. So
2004, we were back by then, baby. Woo!
Just about.
Yeah. But the quality of them I prefer. I know they're just a bit thicker, and they're just
the numbers just seem a bit like, I don't know, if I was on Word and I'm going through fonts, they just look a bit cartoony, and like, the way like I don't know, and then they're close together and stuff like that. And it's when I'm making thumbnails, things like that, I'd just be like, get that off my thumbnail straight away. It looks disgusting.
I mean, they're definitely over time, but I think, you know, it's just classic Premier League.
The
Isn't
numbers
it?
small.
The first name set, the first, you know, that the font that the Premier League had. I think, you know, a lot of fans do love that, and having that old school Premier League badge in the numbers.
So here's the thing.
Fantastic.
When I used to get Premier League shirts, when the Premier League first came out, when I used to get City shirts, I'd get them without the numbers and without the name on the back. And my mum would go to what would have been the sports shop back then?
JJB, All Sports.
All Sports, I think, and buy that kit where you can put your own numbers and name on the back.
Yeah.
I've got like my Rosler one and my Flickcroft one are both done like that, to be fair. Try and save a couple of pounds. And
you might as well. You might as well.
But yeah, I can see it does look iconic to me looking back, but I just think it's very boring looking.
Well, there was different versions of it too. Remember, if you remember, there was the Newcastle had the golden sort of one with that beautiful blue shirt that they had.
Yeah,
you know, the shiny sort of, it's almost like a neon sort of navy blue with the golden stripes and stuff. Blackburn had the red one as well, the red and white. So there was different versions of it. I get the white age kind of plain, but every so
Umbro were kings of that, weren't they? That's what Umbro did. That's what Umbro used to do. Me and Aaron have had that conversation before. They make one shirt and then like just make slight changes and give it to like several teams. To be fair, a bit like Puma do now.
Yeah. I have to say, James wouldn't agree with me if he was here, but I really like Drogba wearing 15 for some reason. I think it looks good. I don't know why. Strikers wearing 15s are weird, but I kind of like it. We'll finish off with you, Sean. You had it 9th. You hated it more than Daps. How come?
It's just like a blue referee's top, doesn't it? It's a bit boring. And I didn't like the Umbro shirts back then, like the England kit from 2004. I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
It just does nothing for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Night out rating?
Take the Fly Emirates off. I'd give it a 6 or 7.
6 or 7. That's just before we move on. Just looking in the chat, mate. You did put this 8th overall, by the way.
Ooh, so I put a United shirt over it.
You did, yeah.
Ooh, okay, fair enough. I must have actually quite liked that United shirt then.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where it ends up, won't we? Right, let's move on. There we go. Chelsea, 22 points, coming 6th. 5th on our list with 30 points. The first Manchester United shirt that we are coming up with. The last time Manchester United won the league. The reason why it's in there, it is the 2012-2013 season shirt.
Nearly 10 years ago.
It is, mate. Yeah, let's not remind everyone. Thank you very much. I put it 4th overall just for the facts. Robin van Persie. I mean,
I was going to say Van Persie in it. That's all it says.
That's what I see when I look at that shirt. Robin van Persie, securing Manchester United the league. James put this first. I'm really surprised by that, considering what we're yet to see. But yeah, first for James. Sean, let's kick it off with you because it's a lot higher than I thought you would have it. 4th in your no, sorry, that's a lie. 4th in your list.
I like the tartan. I like the tartan look and
Ingham.
The colour, the night tick, clean. If it's a United shirt, I'm happy with that. I'm not really a fan of the ones like the one you're wearing now.
You don't like this one?
No. And okay. I don't know if that represents the true colour, but I like that colour red there. I don't know if you've got another picture of it.
It's slightly more like darker, sort of faded red, wasn't it?
Yeah. Obviously,
looks very bright there, but then with the two-tone brings the darker shade.
Yeah. It makes it look a lot darker.
The way it is on there, it's like the tartan has disappeared behind the sponsor. Is that right, or is that just the picture of it?
I think it's just a picture. Yeah. It does look like that, though. Yeah. Aon, I think United's best sponsor since Sharp. Personally, I liked Aon as a sponsor for United.
Better than Team Viewer, miles better.
No chance. AIG, possibly. Night out rating, if you had to give one.
5 out of 10 as a night out.
5 out of 10. All right, fair enough.
Going to a shithole, bit like Mint. I went Mint at the weekend. The toilets in Mint, oh my god, they were awful. Do you know where Mint is?
I do not.
In Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah. The toilets
Yeah,
in there. Oh my God. I mean, it would come in handy if you were on a night out and you needed to go to the toilet at Mint. Come in very handy.
Or if you went to the Etihad at any point. Yeah.
Toilets are lovely there, mate.
I don't know about. I don't know about that. Daps, you had it 9th overall in your list.
Yeah.
Because we beat you to the league. Oh. I'm just asking why.
Was that little at the end?
I was like, oh.
When was it again? Remind me when it was again.
I'm just asking is it that the reason why?
Okay.
What's the reason?
No, I mean, firstly, it's a Man United shirt, so it's,
obviously,
I mean, it's just a bit better than a Liverpool shirt. And then it was the tartan thing. I was like, do I like it? Don't I like it? Do I like it? Don't I like it? Because it's not United. It's a bit different. But I guess I couldn't get Van Persie out of my head. Like, this shirt only screams one name. I couldn't even tell you who else played for you then. I can't imagine any other player but Van Persie in it.
Yeah, what a goal that was.
It's one of the league, yeah.
Can't remember. Was that the one, the ball from
Rooney?
Rooney. Yeah. Rooney's best goal ever. Apparently, Rooney said his best goal ever, and he didn't score it. But I mean, it was a very good goal. I mean, I'm being biased. It does look like a tea towel. He's spot on. It's no banter.
He's not wrong.
And it's probably the last time you used it to dry a trophy, because you haven't had many since.
Shorts. Well, I know it's just like one or two.
Shorts are cold school, didn't they?
You wouldn't really know, I suppose. But we'll say nothing about European trophies, will we?
No. We can talk on European trophies. We don't have any yet. No problem.
So
remember when you lot used to take the piss out of Liverpool for that? I do all the time.
I've never done it.
You
so
do.
I
don't
remember that.
I never rate them about European trophies.
We can't do that.
No, you can't.
No, about talking about history.
Every club has history, unless you City, obviously. So
we've got history as well. Don't rattle me anymore, please. Listen, your comments from your mate have already rattled me enough for anymore. With this one, it's hard. When I look at a United shirt, it's hard for me to ever rate a United shirt. But I do, if I was going to, I would always be going back to like that early days of Premier League era, just because I guess at that age, you're not as biased, if you know what I mean. You don't have a hate. So I could appreciate when I was a little kid, the football United were playing there. So the shirts, whereas now I don't like United, so I'm not going to ever like any of their kits. But
of course, and that's all fair. That's what football's about, mate. You're not meant to. Some people do. Not a lot of people can like a shirt from another team. That's absolutely fine.
Do the shorts look quite? Sorry, do the shorts look quite tight and also quite old schooly to you, or is it just in that?
The shorts don't make any sense to me. Like that sort of crap red stripe down the side. You know, it looks real. Like here with the design shorts. Oh, quick, just do that.
PE shorts.
Yeah. It looks terrible.
This comment's a bit odd. United History Channel. I've a United channel, mate, so I don't know where that comes from. We don't support
Blue
one
Chans.
team.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
It's not United channel, mate. It just happens to be two United fans on the stream tonight. I think I remember the away shirt to this kit, the white one. The shorts were black and they were gingham pattern as well, which were really nice. I don't know what they've attempted to do here with this one, to be fair to you. I think it's just a crappy gingham stripe down the side.
Yeah.
Maybe. Not great.
They do look old school. That the more you zoom in, the more it's confirmed. That is, I remember that on shorts back in the day.
Yeah, definitely. So there we go. Manchester United's home shirt. Ryan, your overall thoughts? Is it a nice? Will it go down as a classic United shirt? Do you think?
I don't think so. Just because there's nicer shirts, there's better shirts.
Definitely.
So I mean, it was all right, but I didn't like the sound like I'm some sort of kit manufacturer here. I'm not. I just didn't quite like the quality of it again. From like that, you sweated in it quite easily, you know. you were saying that's about your friend with the new City shirt. Will that happening?
Mm.
So it kind of happened with that one too. It was kind of rough how it was finished around the collar and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the gingham myself. I know they tried to do some sort of marketing angle on it, and they'll do that for the rest of the time. Adidas, Nike, whoever. But if you're an everyday fan, they weren't going, "Oh, I can't wait to have a shirt that has that pattern on it." No one at any point asked for that. No one ever thought that needed to happen. So I never quite understood it. And just as we were saying about the shorts and socks, they're so basic.
It's just another Man United's commercial team just getting it wrong again, I guess.
It would have been designed for them before. It would have been designed a year or so before, maybe even longer. So that's why you see about leaks coming out for 2023, 24 already and stuff, It's Nike and stuff have essentially approached them and said that's what they're doing, from what I can recall. But it's not a hit for me at all. But
no, definitely. So I think obviously it was the third to last kit from Nike, and I think by this time, personally, I just remember the Nike kits just being underwhelming for United and not great. Yeah. And after being so excited about United finally going to Nike, you can talk about the T90 shirts and obviously the shirts that we won the double in 2007, 2008. By the end of it, I was happy to get rid and then obviously move on. But it's one of them. You look back, obviously the last time United won the league, so it does kind of hold some sort of remnants with United.
When was it again?
It was a few years ago, mate. Don't worry about it. That's absolutely fine. Fifth on our list, Manchester United 2012, 2013 shirt with 30 points overall. We will move on to number 4 on our list, 34 points. And it is the Arsenal home shirt, the invincible shirt from 03-04. The last time Arsenal won the league, almost 20 years ago. I had it 5th overall on my list just because the shirts I like more, but I do like that template. Although it didn't feel that great, which I'm sure Ryan will talk about. I'm sure he knows all about it. 3rd in the list for James. 3rd also for you, Daps. So let's kick it off with you, mate.
This is the collar I was talking about. It's the collar I was talking about. I remember I like this. If we're having a not a collar, then this is what I like, and that stood out to me straight away the minute I saw it. The O2 is pretty iconic. Look, if that other shirt screamed Van Persie, this one really is screaming Henry.
Definitely. Long sleeve version.
It's very Arsenal. It's a nice kit, man. I mean, I'd never really want to put Arsenal that high because I'm not that fond on them either. But it is a nice kit. It's an iconic kit. I remember. Clean is one thing I would say. The Night Ticks maybe a bit small. A little bit small. Could be a little bit bigger. Kind of match the badge.
The badge stuff as well. Yeah, they're kind of small.
They are a bit small maybe. But I mean, I'm sure they've done that for the reason. So I'm just looking at something. The Premier League badge on the sleeves.
Yeah.
Do we not do that anymore? We don't do that anymore, do we?
So they've changed it now, isn't it? It's the circular with just the big face. They've updated the logo. It's totally different.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I'm just thinking. I can't remember seeing that badge for a while.
That's Barclays all over that. That's Barclays Premier League.
Very
that
true.
One, right?
Very true. But it's just. I mean, it's not a sensational kit. It's not, but it's just very iconic, very clean. I know that I would have liked that fit. I know that I would have liked that collar. The more I look at it, the more I'm thinking that badge and that tick's way too small, though. That's the only thing. The more and more I look at it, I'm thinking it.
Yeah, I think that was a problem with well, not say a problem, but that was obviously throughout the whole sort of template. Every team had sort of small tick and badge. I remember the United one being really minuscule. Ryan, you could probably back me up on that, mate. You had it 4th on your list overall this shirt. What was your overriding thoughts on this one?
Well, I do like the design of it, even though it is kind of plain, but I do like it. It was kind of like that. It was another material. I wish I could say what material specifically it was, but it was a bit more durable than what I've talked about in the more modern shirts, but it did pluck, although you could see a bit with like a fabric saver and stuff, but obviously you had to be doing that. So, but it kind of reminds me of Henry as well, like as much as he tortured every team in the league, And I think, I can't remember, I'm pretty sure he scored 1 or 2 pretty good goals against United in that shirt. I mean, he always did, didn't he? Really, like, but that might be the one where he chipped up and done the volley, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
he
yeah,
done one against Spurs as well, where he just
Yeah.
took it and decided to rinse the whole team.
Yeah.
I really do like the long sleeve version of it. It just looks
Bergkamp. I bet
Yeah,
Bergkamp used to wear that a lot.
Yeah.
He liked the long sleeve, didn't he?
Yeah, he did like a long sleeve, yeah. So
Yeah, he did, yeah.
but yeah, I've always liked that shirt. It's and then see the way that it's done on the underarms as well, like the vent and stuff. It's just a bit more comfortable to wear than well, I haven't worn it, but I've been told it's comfortable to wear. I would never wear it just because there's a principle there, really, you know. But I don't wear any our team, to be fair, in Britain, unfortunately. Well, apart from a local Bangor team, like and United, but
And United, yeah.
Yeah, no, they look good, and again, the name sets always look the business on it as well for me. So
Definitely. I remember there was like venting around this side as well,
Yeah.
one on the front as well. It was really the shape of it and the sort of fit of it was really, really weird. But yeah, it's
the dual layer as well. It had that dual layer under it. Yeah, it was, which now they would never do with shirts because the players like to have them. Like one of the guys that does the Northern Ireland media stuff, so we do the podcast and all with them. They would have had Northern Ireland players coming and saying if they didn't have a size small shirt, they wouldn't wear it for the video because they have to wear it skin tight, basically. So whereas in that shirt, that's not how they did it. I just showed a photo on Henri, you know. There was a cool guy, like he could have worn what he wanted, you know, but those sort of shirts, they wore them loose, which is not something that I prefer. So yeah, it's a great shirt.
Definitely. Comment from Andy: Invincible, thanks to the Pires dive v Pompey. Obviously, Andy's a Pompey fan. Wasn't a fan of Arsenal's Nike shirts for me, Arsenal or Adidas. I tend to agree with that, as you can see from the kits they've released since joining back up with Adidas. Definitely Adidas love child. So we'll finish off with Sean. You had it 6 on your list. Sean, give us your thoughts on this shirt to finish us off.
Very negative, to be honest. Too baggy for me. Also, the sleeves, if just need to bring them up a few inches, more towards the armpit. I just don't like it. There's a lot wrong with it, I think.
Arsenal players always look like it was quite baggy on them. When you look back at the pictures, it does always look like it was quite back to the 90s style. Yeah. It's not like they are now.
I've had a few T90 kits, and wearing them, you just know it's not T90. That template was too loose.
We lost him.
He was just saying how nice City's most recent kit is, I think.
Yeah. You don't tell lies, Sean.
But they had the underlayer of that, so although it looks baggy in the flare, they've got something under it.
Not the underlayer.
Need to them, you know. Wow. So it's not how they actually work, if that made sense.
No. Yeah, definitely. Sean, you back?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. Maybe
sounds like he's on the toilet.
Yeah, maybe kick yourself out, come back. We'll move on. So there we go. We'll finish out on that one. 4th place, Arsenal, and their invincible season, coming with 34 points overall in our list of Premier League winners. We'll go on to 3rd place, and from 3rd to 1st, there's only sort of 2 points in it. It's very, very close on these last 3 shirts. So coming 3rd with 38 points. The only time they won the Premier League.
Sunday, the 14th of May, 1995.
Yes.
What day?
A loss against Liverpool won Blackburn League. Obviously, pipping Manchester United to the title after they drew 1-0 with West Ham. I had this 2nd on my list, even though it does invoke them horrible memories of watching Manchester United fail to beat West Ham. It is a great shirt. It's just a classic Blackburn shirt. Asics, don't see a lot of Asics these days.
They made Newcastle as well, innit? They made Blackburn and Newcastle.
Yeah. Comment quickly from Blue Chan. Same number of Premier League as Liverpool. Yeah, you're very right, mate. On the same level.
No lies told.
Same level for the supposed best team of the Premier League. James had this 7th overall on his list. We'll wait for Sean to come back to give his score, but we'll start with you, Ryan. You had it 3rd overall.
Yeah, it's
tell us what you think, mate, on this one.
Yeah, I like it. It's I've always liked the Blackburn kit design anyway. The blue and white. Like I've always been fond of it. It kind of reminds me of some of the Northern Ireland shirts then with the big collar and stuff. The buttons are cool. Just again, it's like a quality thing. I know keep harping on about it, but just the weight of it and stuff as well. And that shirt, it's you just know the quality, even the way it stitched at the sleeves and stuff with all stitched. But even the sponsor kind of fits. There's no complaint to the sponsor. It's funny we're saying about the Arsenal badge and the 0304. Look at the size of that Blackburn badge, like it's massive. But it was so much detail, I guess, that they just they really played with it with Essex. But even the sponsor, the manufacturer brand, the wee logo. I don't think anyone complains for that.
The box, though, the box round it, it's literally like they couldn't be. When someone makes a logo or something and they don't make it transparent, you can put it back. It's like they've done that. There's whoever made the McEwen's Lager sponsor didn't make it transparent, so they had to have this white box in the background.
I think it was just more the red would have been lost.
Yeah, probably
on the TV screen on the blue. You wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
You'd have just seen McEwen, and lag. You wouldn't have seen the rest of it. So it was purely aesthetic for commercial reasons. Like,
definitely,
it's like when you look at it, it looks like it's been thrown together, right? As in the quality of it, but quality-wise, it's probably actually stronger than any shirt nowadays. But
it's better than any shirt in the last 10, 15 years.
But it's like iron this on, iron that on, put one.
It sort of looks like, obviously, it looks like very 90s that they would do them boxes over the, for a sponsor. But it also looks like, do you remember when West Ham lost that sponsor and they had to have the numbers in the boxes on the front of the shirts? That's what it reminds me of. But saying that, for me, it's an absolutely great shirt.
I can't believe it's ranked so high with 2 United guys on here.
I just think it's a great shirt overall. But Ryan, anything else you want to say sort of on this one? I imagine you're a big fan of the name set and the number.
Yeah, I do like the name set. See the red, and look at look at the banner around that line, and they would have been done then. I think I'll have to ask Gary for print, but they were like a jigsaw essentially. Those name sets, it didn't come all as one.
Wow.
So they, you had it, and then the gap around it for the white line and stuff. So they were never quite perfectly symmetrical. Like if you look at the way just the 9, the bottom of the 9 as it comes up, it's slightly off center. I kind of like that awkward imperfection of it, because whoever was doing it and putting it on the shirt each time probably done 50 shirt. Say they were in Blackburn, they were selling that shirt in JJB or something. We're always going to be a tiny bit different.
Yeah,
it's just human nature. They're never going to be absolutely perfect. So yeah, I kind of love that.
Yep. That's 4th for you.
Yeah. So I always keep this in here, right? This is my program from that day, because I was at the City game. I always say it. As a child, this is the most I celebrated, and I'm not lying. As a kid, I celebrated at Main Road that you lot didn't win the league. So I always keep this program in here. I was just looking through. It's a season where we had 2 of my favourite City kits as well. We had that one, which was there's Paul Walsh in it.
Oh yeah,
and then we had my favourite red and black one. And I do remember on the back of the blue one, I had Flitcroft, and it had that same font. So I presume that the font on the back wasn't set by Essex; that was set by the Premier League. That every team, no matter who made their shirt, had to have the same writing on it.
Kind of, yeah. With regards to the way it was done in the 3D.
Yeah,
suppose.
Yeah. Because I remember ours was like that as well. Now when you said it, which is interesting that. Obviously, that's got Essex on it. But yeah, this shirt, I mean, it's again iconic. Shearer, also Sutton, I would imagine. Was Sutton there the season there?
I think so, yeah. I can see last season after.
Newell was there, and Colin Hendry probably. Oh, Shearer looks young there, doesn't he? Damn. And it was an iconic season, because it was like season that United didn't win the league in those early days where they were winning everything, and it was like I remember the day. Remember the fact that Liverpool did you a favour.
Well, yeah.
Or tried to. And then I remember the whole of the Kippax had radios, listening, celebrating when
The final scores came
West
in.
Ham. Well, yeah. Throughout the game, it's like I can't even. I mean, we lost, I believe, 3-2 to Queen's Park Rangers, but I can't remember the game. I can just remember the fact United didn't win the league, so it was like we're going to have a party.
You enjoy the stuff. Did you see that somehow during the Liverpool game at the weekend there, they thought that Villa, I'm guessing it went 3-8, they thought that equalised. And someone did a short thing on a YouTube or Insta, whatever it was, and like there's such a level of heartbreak as you just see all the realities break through, the road stuff.
All those emotions on last day. It's like, it's funny because back then you could listen to radio, but trying to get on an app to check the Liverpool score, it's not working.
It's not existent.
But like, there's this one lad who was sat near me. He was watching the Liverpool game constantly, young lad. But especially when it got to, everyone was saying, don't watch that game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. When it got to 2-0, I was like, it fucking matters now, mate, because we're 2-0 down. We need Wolves to. But then the guy next to me was like, it doesn't. Trust me, get one goal, watch what happens. And final day, that's what we do. We all watch the other scores and that. But it's just an iconic shirt. It's Shearer, and I guess back then this was a bit like Leicester winning the league, wasn't it? I mean, they had spent a lot more money than Leicester spent but it was still the fact that it wasn't Man United, it was Blackburn Rovers that won the league. So it's quite an iconic shirt for that reason. Yeah,
I think they'd come quite close the season before, and they were pushing United the whole way. I know they had some quite iconic games against each other. You could definitely tell they were breathing down United's neck, and I managed to finally get over the line and win the league. Another comment from Andy just before we come to you, Sean. I was given one of the Blackburn shirts. Big fan. Probably the only time we'll see a manufacturer from outside the big boys win the league, which is quite true.
That's a valid point.
New Balance you could put in that conversation maybe, but like I say, Asics aren't really around now. I know that they do the team that Iniesta plays for in Japan. That's the only team I can really think of that I know. Maybe some Italian teams I think they're doing as well. Lower league Italian teams.
Do you know what, right? I think Asics must have been, were they made in the UK? Because I always remember my mate, right, who was a United fan. He always got Asics tops. Although he's a United fan, he'd have like the Newcastle goalie kit. Then I think he had like a Blackburn kit, and it was something to do with his mum worked somewhere, like a factory or something, where she was getting them. And it was like, I don't know. Just I always remember he had Asics tops for random reasons. And
I think it's a Japanese make, isn't it? It's a Japanese brand.
Yeah, they've done
maybe
in the late 90s. They've done Stoke, Sunderland, Bradford, Atalanta, Sampdoria.
Oh, I live near Stoke.
They do loads,
So they had quite a broad range of shirts actually.
I remember him doing Villa for a bit as well.
That's a great little shirt, that one actually.
The Villa away, that blue and black. Yeah, that's really nice. Sean, we'll come to you because you had it top of the list. This is your favorite number one shirt. So, tell us why.
As a full kit, I think it looks great as well. It's just everything about it. I obviously grown up in the 90s, watching footy from like 91 onwards.
Yeah,
big collar, thick cotton, baggy shorts, I suppose, as well. And it just reminds me of, it's more nostalgia, to be honest. And if I could wear that, that'd be brilliant. Also, Artet Labor on the back, on the side of the shirt. A bit of Latin.
The Latin,
God, that used to be a big thing as well, didn't it?
As well, I think I don't think in that season anyone had like very customized shirts.
No,
probably think there was stuff on the sleeves. You're right.
Tell you what though, and what you just said about the collar, the big thick collar, that's what Arsenal have got this season, next season, I think, isn't they? They've gone back to one of them.
United as well, United
have they? Okay,
Their colours are bigger for sort of modern ones, but they're probably about the size of this. If that makes sense, I don't know if you can see it, but there's sort of like that inch to sit over maybe. That depending
more like
how
polo shirt. More like polo
shirt. It's like a neat polo is what they're doing. Like, but that one there would have sat probably like it sits up a bit higher up on your neck, And if your mum didn't iron it right for you, like it was sitting, covering half your face because they're so big. Like look at the size of it and Shearer there, and
Was she trying to be Cantona there, like flicking it up a bit?
It's probably just how the covers, because the buttons have popped, and you know it was such a thick cover, like it was highly impractical, but also loved it. So, but because the Northern Ireland one was the same, like around then.
I remember the badges back then as well. After a few washes, always felt like what's that old-fashioned wallpaper you used to get in council houses? Like, is it Halligrifter? How do you say it? I can't say it.
I don't know, mate.
I know what you mean,
like when you went round to your granddad's house, you could pick it off the wall. That's what it felt like.
The worst thing is now most of our granddads are probably passed away. We can probably all agree that that's the type of little shitty things we do. We'd go around and we'd start like, I know exactly what you mean. And as a little kid, you'd be picking at it and like popping it. Just someone's house you're doing that to.
Definitely. Finishing on it, Sean, a night out rating for you?
You could bring that back. That's retro. That you get all the girls. I'd say 9.5 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10. So there we go. Finishing on that, third in our list, 38 points. Blackburn, single Premier League winning shirt, 94 to 95. Let's get into second place then. With 39 points, only there by 1 point. It is the Arsenal 97 to 98 shirt by Nike. That classic Arsenal badge, the JVC. Third in my list. I put Blackburn ahead of it just because I like that more. Second from James. He was really a big fan. We'll start with you, Daps. You had it 6 overall on your list, mate. What are you thinking on this Arsenal shirt?
Yeah, I always do this when I've come on here. I look at it and then think, you know what, I should have put this a bit higher.
We like a flip-flop.
JVC straight away is iconic, I guess. Like it's like Candy, Sharp, Brother. They're the 4 that just spring out to me straight away. Very simple. No, I think like any City shirt, people try and find a way to remove the sponsor and put Brother back on it to make it look a whole lot better. Again, the badge, maybe this is an Arsenal thing. The badge and the tick are small again.
Yeah,
is it me small. Or do they look small? I don't know. All seem very boxy, central a bit. Like not, but the collar's nice. I'm trying to think who this would remind me of when I'm looking at it right now. Ian Wright.
Ray Parlour.
Bergkamp again, yeah. Oh, I did like that. The Gunners at the bottom. I remember thinking that was good. Do you know what? It's funny. I look at this shirt, and again, like the other Arsenal one, and I promise you, I'm not a closet Arsenal fan. My granddad was Arsenal, actually, but I do look at it and think, do you know what? Yeah, I think I'd like the fit of this. Maybe because I've got a bit of timber in that. I just think it wouldn't be too. These new school shirts, I can't wear them. They're either too baggy or way too tight. But I probably should have put this. What was above it? The 2 City shirts, the other Arsenal shirt, the Blackburn shirt, and the Leicester shirt.
Leicester shirt, Leicester shirt as well.
It probably should have been above the Leicester shirt, maybe. But hey, it's a nice shirt. It's a nice shirt. Not much.
Move on to you then, Sean. Third in your list. Tell us what your thoughts are on the Arsenal 97-98 winning shirt.
This is the year they won the league as well. They beat United to it. Iconic. Yeah. Again, 90s, I've got a big affection towards 90s kits, big collar. I like the Arsenal's older badge as well. And the fact that the cannon's pointing west towards Spurs Stadium.
Yeah.
Really? Where's it point now?
They changed it to Fulham or somebody. And the Arsenal fans,
that sums it up.
Arsenal fans were kicking off. They were like, why are we changing the way they're gun shooting? We should be shooting at Tottenham.
Should be shooting at themselves nowadays, to be honest with you.
And Nike, Nike is Arsenal, I think.
Who do you think?
What Daps said as well, JVC. I like that the sleeves are tight. They look tight on you. So it's
can make you look like you're bigger than you are.
Like where your armpits are.
It's funny, it's not at Arsenal. So at the moment, are they back with Nike now?
They're Adidas now.
Adidas.
I think Adidas make good shirts. I'm not going to lie. I do think Adidas. I don't think we've ever had Adidas as well. We haven't. Adidas make good shirts.
Not that I can think of.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
Andy agrees with you, Sean. Peak Arsenal, classic sponsor, and the old badge.
I don't
Gets
like the badge, though.
thumbs up from him. Oh, I love the Arsenal badge. Very, very classic. Ryan, let's finish off with you. Second in your list. Tell us what you thought of it, mate.
Yeah, it's a great quality shirt. I even like the fact that it's not the same length front and back. Normally that would annoy me, but it works well for that shirt because
The same what?
Look at the bottom of it there. It's different length. The front is different length to the back.
Yeah, the front stops there, then it comes down the back.
Yeah, that was Nike's sort of signature thing then, because there was Italian shirts, Zuri shirts and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of other teams, but love the sleeve cuffs, the collar, the gunners in the back. That's the main set, and the old style badge too. And for once, the sponsor's just perfect. The JVC, you know. So if it hadn't been the next shirt that won, I would have put it top probably. The away from them as well was mint. It was really, really nice.
Was that the Thunderbolt one, the blue?
It was before.
Oh, the yellow. It was the yellow one, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. A great kit. Obviously, not a great season overall for Manchester United, but yeah, Arsenal coming second in our list, 39 points overall, the 97-98 title winning team. Arsene Wenger's first league title with Arsenal.
Did the double that year?
Yeah, he did. You're right, he did. So it leaves one shirt left for us to talk about. Coming top of our list, only by 1 point, and that's 40 points, beating Arsenal by 1 point. And yeah, it can only be one team, the greatest team in English football history, the all-conquering Manchester United side of 98 to 99. And it is this one. It's not the...
hold on a second.
Go on.
Going to pick with you, young man. You said that what you were doing is you were going with... Correct me if I'm wrong, I might have misheard you, but I'm sure you said what you were doing is you were going with the first time a team won the league and the last time they won the league, or they're going with the one. So you've just got, conveniently, if there was a treble.
Or it said, or it could be an iconic shirt from. So this is the treble winning.
You should have messaged me and said, "What's an iconic shirt for you, Daps?"
You don't pick the shirt.
You don't have an iconic shirt for a title. You don't do. I'm not even being a. He's actually.
Of course, you're not. It's got nothing to do with you being a Man United fan at all. I can sense it from the whole show. There's no bias with you at all.
But no one asked me for them. No one asked me for them.
I agree, but we do have iconic shirts.
Yeah, they just didn't win titles. The one they were great shirts.
Nothing.
Some of the best ever Premier League shirts were City shirts, but they didn't win anything. You know, they didn't win, and that's just for the narrative. No one asked for the shirts that City won the title. They don't. You know what I mean? Like, it's just for whatever reason.
There are more iconic City shirts than the ones we won.
You know,
the black one actually.
You said about the sponsor.
All right, fair enough. I'll shut up.
So, as I was saying, the Manchester United 98-99 treble winning home shirt that they wore in the Premier League. Obviously, they wore a different one in the Champions League. So we've gone for the one in the Premier League. Obviously, sharp, Umbro, just a classic Manchester United shirt. No, I had to put it number one. There was nowhere else I was going to put this shirt. Obviously, it's the greatest season I've ever seen supporting and watching football. James surprisingly had this fourth. I don't understand where this has come from. I don't whether he's not a fan of this shirt. I think he has mentioned the zip in the past. He wasn't such a fan of, so I assume it's something to do with that. Sean, let's start with you. You had this third over. You had it second in your list. Tell us why.
Yeah, it was a 90s thing, to be honest, and it was unique at the time, and it's unique now. No one's ever made anything like it. It was always small as well. If like someone gave me this shirt, I wasn't a United fan. Someone gave me this shirt, and I'm ashamed to say I wore it.
Such a liar.
Whilst I was cleaning and stuff, and it was small to wear, really tight. The zip, I remember, was hard to zip up. It had no like grippage,
like little tag or anything. Yeah.
The wee part always broke. We top of the
yeah. And I like it. I like there was like different materials on it making up the kit as well. It wasn't just one whole shirt.
Yeah, it was like ribbed slightly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had like elastic Umbro on the top of the shoulder. You had like almost like a corduroy collar. And just nice and thick. And Sharp with United is United. Umbro is United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, no one ever did anything similar. Have you ever seen the City version of this? The blue one?
No,
None of you's ever seen it?
I've seen the
Is it a
white
concept
version
or
and the
something?
black version, but I haven't seen the City version.
City version.
There's actually the exact same shirt, but it's blue and it's got brother and it's got a City badge on it. I'll try. Obviously, I've not got it to hand.
We didn't wear it, did we?
No. I think it was just a knock up, a template or concept, because I think by this time you'd be Kappa. So whether they'd made it the year before, for you to have or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, there is a City version. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I've just found it on.
Probably looks all right with brother on it and with Umbro on it. It would probably look all right.
Looks disgusting. I like
Does
blue.
it?
No, not for me.
Daps, you wouldn't like this. It looks horrendous. My eyes are pretty offended by this, to be fair.
I mean, what? Did it have a zip on it? The
exact same shirt.
Yeah. I'll you know what? I'll retweet it now and be like, I'm just going to put, what the hell is this?
Daps, we'll come to you then. We'll come to you. 7th on your list. It's because it's like the zip.
I mean, it was there because I've said before, if I'm going to rate, it's getting better because it's got Sharp on it. But if I'm going to talk about nice United shirts or iconic United shirts, that if I have to, then I'm going to go earlier than this. I'm going to be going into the 90s. Yeah, but the zip, I don't get a zip on a football shirt. It's so hard for me to talk about United shirts. I'm saying the sponsor's great and Umbro are great and just making sure my eyes don't catch that badge. This would look, let's be honest, this was the darkest era of English football for me, to be honest with you. There was nothing going on.
That you see that?
Oh, that doesn't even. Yeah, it doesn't even look like a nice blue. It looks like a Kappa. It looks like the dark days of English football when we were like crap, really crapper than.
It's quite dark. It's quite dark on that photo, but there is like a version when it looks like a lot bluer. But yeah, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, this era of football I can't stand. I think it was shit, rubbish. Quality was rubbish. Shirts were rubbish.
Because you was in Div 2. Is that why?
I can only imagine the quality of football you were watching.
Yeah, I mean,
Gillingham and all them. Yeah,
that was a good era. That was a good era for us. We were looking down on City during the 90s. We were in Division
late
1.
90s, late 90s. Don't say the whole of the 90s. The late 90s. Yeah.
Then look
that era of football I don't remember.
Well, we do, Ryan. Number one for you as well. The first shirt when United became a brand, the football club was removed from the badge for the very first time on this shirt. Sad
dark days, right? Dark days. I told you.
Dark days. That for that bit, that's dark. The rest of it was absolutely glorious. So yeah, tell us what your thoughts are on this shirt. The all conquering Manchester United home shirt from the best season any English team has had.
I love this obviously from the memories point of view, but it's just at the right age to really appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
You know, so when I won it, I had the shirt. I was quite lucky. I was bought it, so lived in it. You know, absolutely lived in it. Like, and just from a seller's point of view, like the quality of it, for the most part, it's very, very good. The fakes have got very, very close to it. But there is a couple of telltale signs with the zip and the manufacturer logo and the Umbro tags and stuff. So there is ways around it. But
was that Umbro all the way up there?
Yeah,
up the sleeve. Yeah. So and then there was something with a goalkeeper top. I can't remember off the top of my head. Remember the bright green one when I had something slightly different with the Umbro down the sleeve as well. But apart from the zip, because I've harped on about quality about Puma and stuff. Apart from the wee zip thing breaking slightly, the shirt lasted very, very well.
Yeah,
and like when you talk about it, the corduroy and stuff, it shouldn't be a nice shirt, but it is. You know, it just works very well, like the name said, obviously. But it's not a shirt that it would work in any other colour. Like it's not
Yeah.
even, take aside that thing with the City one.
Yeah.
When you go on the old footballshirts.com, there's a black one, the white one.
Yeah.
Someone's put in, and it doesn't look right at all. You know,
No.
it just looks wrong. So I guess it holds its own as a singular shirt and nothing from my ball in that respect. Whereas like famous temp, like the 88 Holland, you know, you see it in
Yeah.
green, blue, yellow, you know, for
Red,
Portland, Porto, whatever. They all look class.
Yeah.
That's not flexible at all. It's singular. So yeah, it is a great shirt. Like there's other honourable mentions throughout the league, but sticking to the criteria of winning the titles, that's definitely the best one for me, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree, mate. And it's proven so, being top of the list for our Premier League champions. 10 shirts, 40 points overall. Manchester United, 98 to 99. There he is, Roy Keane, the captain of the club. And we won it on the final day of the season. Obviously, City doing that this season as well. And famously in the past, winning the league on the last day probably adds that little bit more spice to it when you do it in that way. Worthy winner, I would say, from 3/4 of the panel tonight. I would definitely say so. As always, here are the scores, so you know I am not cheating and doing my due diligence, as always. And that's it pretty much from us this evening. Thanks for watching. Just before we go, we do have something to talk about, and it is obviously our amazing new show in collaboration with Ryan and NI Classic Shirt Co. Get to Know is the new show we do once a month where we speak to sellers and collectors and just find a bit more out about the kit community and what started people selling shirts, started people collecting shirts. Obviously, the first episode was with El Clasico Kits and Cornish. And it went down really well. People seem to be getting on board with it. So we're going to come back this Sunday, the 29th of May, 7 p.m. We'll be telling you, if you look out on the socials, who the guests will be on that. But yeah, we're saying off air, Ryan, that we're looking forward to it again, mate. And yeah, what were your thoughts on the first one and what could people expect?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it the first time round. It was quite nice with obviously the lads Tammy and all on it and Tom. It was it flowed really well, you know. Once everyone got over the initial sort of icebreakers, as happens when you're doing something like that for the first time, or just in general, just doing something like that, it flowed really well. And it's just a slightly different perspective having another seller on, which is cool. And then obviously a collector, because every collector's collection is different, so it doesn't it won't be the same thing each time. They might get similar questions to a degree, but it's always going to be different answers and different conversations. So yeah, really enjoyed it, and hope people are free on Sunday night to tune in again. So we'll not be competing with any football that time.
Finally, at last.
2 months to that last year.
At last, not up against a football match. So yeah, like I say, this Sunday coming the 29th of May, 7 p.m. Myself and Ryan get to know some shirt collectors and shirt sellers. We hope you could join us for that. We'll definitely be looking forward to seeing you there and getting involved in that show. Yeah, let's finish off tonight then. Thanks to the panel as always. Daps, it's been a pleasure, mate. Love talking football with you.
Love, Bo.
Where can people find you? And
Never Fail on YouTube, or Feed the Goat podcast on YouTube. And MCFC Daps on all platforms, preferably Instagram because I hate Twitter. And yeah, Never Fail. We're going to have a busy summer through the turnstiles we've already got going. Aaron's been on there. Best of Enemies. Me and Aaron are going to be starting very, very soon, and a lot more. Yeah, looking forward to a lot. Busy summer, man. I've had a busy 5 months of streaming. I've got another stream in a minute, and I want to, although I was planning on having a break, I just want to keep going through the summer, keep talking football, and be absolutely knackered when the season starts.
Why not, mate? I never see you being knackered, mate. You're like energized on it. You know what I mean? Non-stop. Ryan, where can people find you? Obviously, you're going to be on this channel again on Sunday, but where can people find you if they want to check you out?
So if they're on Twitter, it's the NI Classic Shirt. Obviously, NI Classic Shirt goes to shop on the website. On Insta and Facebook too. Wide range of vintage football shirts and football artwork from various different people. A couple of things planned over the summer. I can't really say anything now. But local stuff. So if anyone's following for local clubs and stuff, hopefully there's going to be something happening there. And then teaming up with a couple of 1 or 2 brands maybe as well. We're stuff to prepare towards the end of the year, so we'll see what happens. But I don't want to be all mysterious, but I'm not allowed to say anything. So
no, yeah, it's intriguing.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do. But yeah, just follow the socials if you're into any of the vintage shirts and or just general football chat.
Yeah, make sure you're doing that. It sounds intriguing. Looking forward to seeing what Ryan's got coming up very, very soon. Sean, we'll finish off with you then, mate. Where can people find you and what's going on?
Well, if you're interested in me buying shirts from charity shops, then get down on GK Sean. I'm trying to make it exciting. I'm buying local teams. That's it. I just can't wait for the season to start now.
Yeah,
sounds like City's owners.
yeah. That's true. That's true. So yeah, follow Sean at GK Sean. That's it from me, Double A. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you're on the socials at Talking Kit on pretty much everything. Subscribe to the channel, hit a like on the video, share and subscribe, do all that stuff. It's free to do. Doesn't cost you anything and it helps us grow. We'll be back next week. We've got 2 shows left, one next week and then a final show of the season. So yeah, not many full kit rankers left of this series. So we will see you next Wednesday, 8 o'clock. And yeah, just keep it Talking Kit.